So in order to first, let's create a Softphone account so it can initiate a call from your Softphone to the Softswitch and then to the vendor. Now, in order to create, to connect the Softphone to the Softswitch and register on it, you're gonna need a few things. So first thing you're gonna need is, let me clear this out. Okay, so for a Softphone setup, you're gonna need, actually every Softphone is gonna need a SIP username, a SIP password, and a host, which is server IP or domain. So this is all you need in order to basically connect or register your Softphone to the Softswitch. Okay, so how do we get this information from the Softswitch? Now, what we're going to do is go back here and add a new account. And so we're going to need a SIP username and a password, right? The username is going to be the VoIP login. This is the SIP username. The VoIP password is going to be the SIP password. So these two things here. And so let's create a SIP username. We'll call it knock test. And it automatically generates a VoIP password, which is the SIP password here. You can either copy that because after you add it will be encrypted. So it's either you leave it as is or create another one. So I'll just make it ABCD like that. Or I can just copy this. And this is so our username is going to be SNOCktest. Our password is going to be this one. And now if you remember, we already created a video on our last video. We created a tariff or a service plan that we're going to charge the customer, which is Test Nigeria. And so we choose that. The routing group, we have created one to ABCD vendor, which has all the route information that we're going to send the calls inside that routing group. We added vendor ABCD, we chosen the CLI route and the cost, the CLI cost. So all of these information is already in our to ABCD vendor routing group table. So in order for a Softphone to be able to initiate calls, you're going to also need a balance. So it's either you can add a prepaid balance like this $1, or you can just give it a credit limit of, let's say, $2. So it is allowed to send calls for $2. Now what we're gonna do next is I think we have all the basic information we need in order to register our Softphone client to this. And here the max sessions, it's set to 2, so it means that we can send 2 concurrent calls at the same time from the same account. You can limit it to 1 or increase it, it's up to you. So we'll just limit it to 1 for now. Save and close. So by using a SIP username and password, you do not need to allow or whitelist the IP you will be calling from because it's already authenticating you with these two authentication methods. So now what we have left is what is the IP or the domain name that you need to use in your Softphone, and this is going to be the same IP as your Cloud Softswitch IP. So in this case, the web address here is the host for your Softphone. So you're gonna just put that, and now we have all the credentials to register our Softphone client. And as you can see here, we do have a $2 credit limit, so it allows us to send calls and register our Softphone client and send calls. And in order for registration to work, you must have inside the account properties, you must have a allow registration enabled. So this will allow us to authenticate or to register via SIP username and password that we got earlier. So leave that checked if it is intended to be for a soft phone. Or otherwise, if it's unchecked, it will show you a blue bubble, just like the other account here. So now, in order to, so soft phones, you can if you're using Windows, you can Google free SIP soft phones for Windows for Windows machines, and every soft phone will have the same settings, which it will require a username, a password, and a host and domain. So feel free to use any Softphone client that has good reviews. There's a bunch of them. Um, on my side, I'm using a Mac, so I'm using a SIP client called Telephone, and it will basically I will right now try to register with this username and password and host to connect to the to your cloud Softswitch server. So let me open that up. Oh, actually, it is not installed. Let me install it real quick. So until it installs, let me 1 second here. As you can see, when registration is disabled, it will show this blue bubble. When it's enabled, it will not show any bubble here.